The Director of Restoration Strategy doing the reflection session. That's amazing, guys. Give a applause for Jessica. Okay, ready? Okay, we're gonna have a reflection session. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. We made it. This is our closing session. So let's all just take a collective breath and smile. We're here. The team asked me to do what I could to moderate and to help us wind down and bring things to a close. Unlike our earlier sessions where there's a single presenter or a couple of panelists up on stage, this one's going to be hopefully more interactive than that, where you guys will become all the speakers. In a minute, I'll provide some cues, we'll provide some paper, we'll provide some mood music, and ask you guys to kind of write down your reflections on the last couple of days here. And then I will encourage and welcome anyone that wants to share those thoughts with the group to grab a mic and do that. But I thought I would start because I can't ask you to do something that I myself would not be willing to do. So although I cheated because I got a week to figure out what I wanted to say, and you guys will have about 5 minutes. So I think what I wanted to start with is when I was coming here, how I got here. I've been in the restoration space for a little over 15 years. I think technically, depending on how you count it, pushing 20. And I've had a lot of great experiences in that. I've had fantastic opportunities that I'm very grateful for. I'm proud of my growth. I'm proud to have seen the growth in this as a field and how it's evolved. But I gotta say the last couple of years have been excruciatingly challenging. And we have all already talked about burnout. I just really felt it more so than I think I ever had, more so than just you're burnt out, you acknowledge it, you take a minute, you take a vacation, and then you get back at it. But it's actually gotten to the point. So in 2 weeks, I actually start yoga teacher training. I'm really excited. Hence the breath work in the beginning. But I've had this intrusive thought of maybe I'll become a yoga instructor. Don't worry, this does not end with me quitting my job. Complete opposite of that, I promise you. It's just to acknowledge that we work in an extremely challenging environment. And I don't mean that literally, although it is obviously uncertainties of climate change, but it's also in human use and human pressure, but it's also the barriers that we face. It's the constant need to challenge the stereotypes that are out there. And what I've come to realize is that my angst, my frustration is coming from the fact that things just don't go according as planned. And as a recovering control freak, that's very, very hard for me to grasp and get past. So I walked into this, just in general, over the last couple of months, questioning what is my impact? What impact am I having? And then get here, and in the first 5 minutes, I think it was Rose, that says, if you want to find lasting impact, form community. And I was like, yep, that's it. That's the point. And I think it's because the process of what we do is equally as valuable as the outcome. But that's not what, 98% of the time we are teaching the future generation of marine and ocean stewards. In fact, we teach the exact opposite. We teach results are what matter. And so I find myself after these last 2 days just wishing that a program like Coral Catch had existed when I was coming up, because it's teaching the important and the arguably correct foundational knowledge. So what I'm taking away from this weekend is what I hope to be a shift in my foundation, in how I think and how I process things. And there were 4 things that stood out to me, which are: 1, respect and learn from our past and those that have come before us, but don't be beholden to that. Arrogance and confidence are 2 very, very different things, and confidence is insanely powerful. Find and foster community for yourself and others around you. And the 4th is just to recognize when change is needed and to do what you can to be that change. It's changing numbers to emotions, changing hardest to challenging, changing science, putting it to practice. And I think the biggest example of the cliche term is rewrite the narrative or reframe the narrative. I think the biggest example is if we look around this room, right? There are 80-some people, dozens of nationalities around, and they're all women. And this, frankly, just does not happen. And then one day it does, and we're all here. And I think it's fantastic. So that's something that I wanted to share, and I will ask that you guys take a moment. Feel free to use your phones, your notebooks. I think there is paper and pens still on the table from our earlier exercise. What's going to happen next is we're going to put on some mood music and give you guys 5 to 10 minutes. Someone's keeping time. Yeah. And ask you guys to write down, any thoughts that you had over the last couple of days. Maybe that's something that you haven't said but you would like to. Maybe that's how you got here and what you're taking away from it. Maybe that's something that you are looking forward to next. And then what we'll do is give you 5-10 minutes. I think when we feel like the writing and scribbling has stopped, we'll walk around with some microphones and then encourage you guys to share with the group those reflections that you were having. Sound good? Cool. All right. Mood music. What do we got? Some Beyonce? Some other prompts could be something that you learned this weekend, a moment that stood out to you. Maybe there was something that moved you or surprised you, something that you did not expect to find this weekend. minute to start to wrap up your thoughts. All right, wonderful, beautiful women. Feel free to keep wrapping up some of those final thoughts. I thought I would pick a couple of quick things to just kick us off, and then I will ask for a brave volunteer, which is everybody. You are inspiring. There is nothing more powerful than women who show up for one another, lifting each other higher with every step. And then I only picked this one because they are speaking my language, which is, y'all, this conference. So incredible. I had the pleasure of meeting lots of these women for my short film, and to see them all gathered together is crazy. Love all these girls, stay brave, stay strong. Please don't forget to add your own notes to this. Would anybody like to start?
I think that was my quote from the book. I didn't realize that until the last part. I think my reflection, I was telling Rose this earlier, was like last night we're having a dinner, and then I realized, oh, there's so many cool organizations, and I made like a story Instagram post, like there are all these organizations here. But what's interesting is like that's not the point of all of us having dinner together, and that wasn't the takeaway from last night. Like the real point of like the conference, and the biggest part for me was like the reunion of sisters and the reunion of like all these people that you know online that you've been connected through Coral Catch, like, and through the community coming back together. So of course, like I gave them a lot of insight on how to fund my mission and how to deal with burnout, but I think the biggest takeaway was like it's like so many women gathering together, but it's cool at the same time to say that we all work for awesome projects around the world. But that's not the point of the conference, and like I think everyone came out of it like gaining friendships and like strengthening friendships, which I think is like a really important part of it. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for this great opportunity. I would like to say thank you very much for Coral Catch for having us, Women for Marine Conservation, we are, I think, the beginner here. We have no many insight about the conservation, but this conference really inspired me to never give up about what we are doing right now. So I can meet, like, I think I only see Matt on Instagram, but right now I can see I can get more knowledge from all of you, for all the superwomen. You guys have a really super story that can really inspire us, educate us, and to remember what is our mission today. So thank you so much.
Would anyone else like to share? Yeah. But not standing up. Not standing up.
You're a little close to the speaker.
Okay, I have to stand up. No, when Jess asked like what our thoughts were, I just started writing down random words, and then I sat and tried to figure out why I wrote those words down. So the words were proud, humbled, sad, hopeful, inspired, and thankful. So then when I tried to flesh it out, I wrote that I'm proud to be a woman. I'm humbled by all of the amazing women around me. I'm sad that events like this one are so rare, but I'm hopeful that this might be changing in the future. I'm inspired listening to all of your stories. I'm inspired listening to everybody's stories, their dreams, and their accomplishments, and I'm very thankful to have been a part of this community this weekend. So those are my thoughts.
So I was there at the Blue Water Heroes in Singapore with Rose, and then watching her go up, from people pulling her to the stage, and from listening, her talking about her wish coming true, to have this conference, I think it's so magical. So big congratulations to you and the girls again, and really listening to all your stories, and also being around all of you, I feel rejuvenated with hope for our oceans, for youth and beyond. So thank you all, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for all of you. And thank you for being so brave and for taking that first step. So semangat, everybody. And I wish the best for you and the girls, Rose, and to many more batches and conferences to come. So with Dr. Tira, starting a new chapter. So Rose, you can start wishing for a Coral Catch Conference Asia.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for this weekend. It was incredible and very, very moving. I wrote down a few words as well. I wrote down sisterhood love, I wrote down community power, and getting out of the conventional. And I think this is super important, and it's about breaking barriers. And I think what made this weekend really unique is how we all were ourselves, I think. Like kind of no filter, honesty on the stage, just shouting all the time, like this energy getting out. And this is not what we see every day. Like this is very unique. And I'd like to highlight the beauty of the uniqueness of this weekend, like the authenticity, and that is real power. So keep being yourselves and reaching out for the stars.
I thought you were grabbing the mic to go.
To me, what I wrote is you are all inspired. What I wrote is like I want to be as inspiring as you and be inspired as well. Because yesterday it was quite overwhelming to me to meet all of these women. I was quite a bit scared because I'm just a new car catch graduated, and I felt like I'm quite intimidated to talk to the other superwomen and the other women. But I was like, okay, so what if I'm scared? I'm scared then, but is that gonna be a barrier for me to talk to you? Then I was like, Senna, can you please talk? Can you please ask me to talk to the other? I was like, Senna, can you please accompany me? And I was like, Tanya, can you please accompany me to talk to Dr. Page? I was like, I want to talk to you, but I'm just shy. So it's like, it's really great to be vulnerable as well. I mean, it's not easy to admit that you're scared. It's not easy to admit that, oh, life has its ups and downs. So it's really nice that I can feel that and you can feel that as well, and we can admit that it's just us as human. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Nurul. I am thank you for inviting me to come here. And then I'm a sailor, right? You know, so it's as a woman, Indonesian sailor, 8 months on the sea all the time. Yes, I feel like really, you know, like to hear the story, like really inspiring story. I feel like the first thing in my mind is I'm not alone. So yeah, I feel like really included here. So thank you so much to make me be part of this movement. You know what, like every time I will go to remote island of Indonesia, I will keep telling the story to women there, which like saying that like, you know what, let's like start from a small island of Gili. There is like really a brave woman, a group of brave women together, inspiring, and then you know, it's like inspiring you to be brave, to have a dream. And then I will show your video, show the story to them, to inspire them to have their dreams. Thank you so much.
I'm wondering, I feel like we haven't heard from this corner. Is there anyone that would be willing or wants to share? Or do you want me to run away? No?
Hi guys. I write quite long, but I will make it short. First question is about what I feel. Actually, I feel like I overwhelmed, but in a good way. I feel happy. I feel excited. I feel amazing and good to be here again. And also, it feels really good to connect and make new friends. And but I also feel sorry because I cannot answer many questions from you. But of course, I will help you if you need my help. And if you still haven't got your candy package, or if you want more, I still have it because I don't want to bring it back to Jakarta because it's so much. So please tell me if you want more. And for these 2 days, I feel like it's like this bowl in my heart that was quite empty, but now it filled with hope and filled with energy. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like just more like myself in here, where I can relax and talking, making friends, and being happy, just like that. And so the next question, what I got, of course, is a good food. It's a memories, it's connection, and it's also new friends, new experience, new stories to tell, and dipamerin, guys. And also I got inspirational and courage from people, from the speaker, from the new friends I've talked with, and then after meeting with you guys, with this many inspiring women, I feel like I can do anything that I want. Thank you.
When you asked me that question, Jessica, 100,000 things went through my mind. I don't even know where to start, but getting back maybe what I said in the beginning, when I started Coral Cats, I wanted to create a safe place for Indonesian women where they can be themselves, where they can learn, where they can make mistakes, where they feel loved, where they feel supported. And I think if there's one thing that I realized in the last 2 days is that I think that is something that all of us need. I've seen a lot of tears, a lot of beautiful hugs, beautiful compliments, and I'm really proud that together we created this community because I think it's very needed. Also looking back, that 10 years ago I arrived there in the harbor not knowing anyone on this island, and look at me sitting here today with an amazing team, which I think we should give a really, really, really big applause because they work their ass off. Okay, Tanya, I won't steal away your thank you section, which is coming later. But yeah, I feel very grateful for all the support that I received with this project. I earlier said to someone, I don't remember, I've been running several businesses, projects, mostly by myself or together with my husband, but Coral Cats is the only project that I did in my life where I had the feeling I never had to do it by myself. And I think the success is also because there's all these amazing women, and so many of you are here today who just rocked up and said, how can I help? I was like, let me think about it. Yeah, I'm very grateful for all of you. And then the last thing that I wanted to say as a closing reflection is that I already knew that all these Coral Cat superwomen are incredible. But seeing all of you again in these last 2 days just blew me away. I said I would empower 100 women. I'm almost halfway, and definitely the last 2 days gave me the power and the motivation to do part 2. So let's do it.
Anybody else? Kelly, did you still want to go after this?
I don't really have a big voice yet, but I'm gonna try with this. I met Rose in this island in 2017, a very, very long time ago.
and I'm so proud to see what she has accomplished. I'm part of the International Seakeeper Society, so we've been helping the Blue Water Heroes and also what's done in Singapore and a few other organizations in the region. So it's so inspiring to see all of you here together. But on my own, I also work for a company that does storytelling and workshops, and it's been so painful the last couple of months because I live in Singapore and it's so corporate, and I've been super like hating life and hating everybody. So I'm really, really thankful for being here, and Seakeepers gave me the opportunity to come. So I wouldn't have been given the opportunity because I don't really actively work in marine biology, but I am a marine conservationist and dive master. So super thankful to be here. I'm sorry I didn't have a voice at all yesterday. But it was really great to connect with some of you, and also I'm going to be here all week until the 12th. If you're around, hopefully my voice will be back by tomorrow. But I'm so proud of all of you guys. You're so brave, and this has been so inspiring, and now I can go back home and continue with work. So thank you very much.
So this is terrifying. That's also what I want to start with. So I was 40 minutes late for the mocktail evening because I was pacing in front of the gate because I was terrified to go in. I didn't know anybody here, really nobody, and I was really scared. And I was always kind of, part of the boys, and I truly thought this big of a group of girls is going to be super scary because I somehow throughout my life started believing that girls were mean and judgmental, and I didn't. I was just really, really afraid to actually walk into that room, and the last 2.5 days have really showed me that girls are not like that at all, and seeing the power of all of you being so incredibly kind and supportive toward one another is really, to me this wasn't a conference. Of course I learned really, really valuable things for my NGO and for how to move forward, but the most eye-opening experience was really seeing all of you be just super kind towards one another, and that's really been eye-opening to me and life-changing actually. So thanks for that, and thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing that, many feeling that I can't explain. But I would come back again. Yeah. And together, whenever you want to fly, and this is make me remind you guys, especially the younger, a lot of energy, and you show that. Oh, this is incredible and amazing. And as you said, it's not the typical conference that I'm familiar with. Yes, right. And this is really incredible. That I will carry this until we meet it again. Whenever in this world, or maybe online, or please, connect it together. If I don't remember you, or you can remember me, but just say hello. Yeah, we meet here at Gili Air. That's it.
Hello. I'm planning not to give reflections, but I think I need to convey what I have in my heart. Looking at Rose's efforts from the beginning of 2021, and thanks to Gail Tay from Seakeeper Society, which is connecting us together. But by years of experience and looking at the girls in front of me, I felt like it's kind of like family bonding, something that I cannot refuse by years. Whenever Sena popped me email and text about reminding, are you going to do the class? I said, I never say no, although I have piling of work in my office level, or maybe during that time I was in Scotland doing another research work. But I have to make sure that I commit for this one, because I think this is the channel that I feel like the empowerment of same gender that driven me to the high up. That's keep me going. Because I also working with all the men scientists around me. That this is also the example that I have the courage to go to the field, collecting sample with my student without help from my men scientists. And then after that, I get the courage together with Martini as well and another woman scientist around me. So I think this program is not nurture you guys, the youngsters, but also me and not so young. Not so young and I still want learning every new things, every single things. And this conference is not my typical conference that I've been attended as typical scientist conference. This is different, way different. And also the delivering of the sharing session also different. It's not all about science, but it's about the connection, the community, because we actually doing the same thing, the same that we want to achieve. So thank you so much, Rose, and the whole team, all the girls have been hard work so many, I think, months since the announcement as the winner of Blue Water Heroes. I've been clapping in front of his computer and also phone about she's winner because one of the competitors is my colleague from my university. And then she won, I was like, yeah. Woman power. So thank you so much for having me. Please stand up and then clap for all the communities that work hard, especially the organizers. Yes, you are super. You are the real story of superwoman. Okay.
I don't think anyone could top that. Thank you all for writing, for sharing, and for you didn't share, putting those words down on paper, and allowing yourself to just feel what you want to feel and embrace those. And don't forget about them. So as we start to close, we have one more little fun surprise. That we open this conference talking about dream catchers and reaching for the stars. And one of the things that I said over a coffee break to a couple people was, for me, dream catchers, the other way I've come to think about them is kind of a very literal way, but I mean, they're literally a weave. It is different thread, it is different pathways, all meandering around, but doing their own thing, but coming together and forming a single unit, something that's highly symbolic, very meaningful for a lot of people and for a lot of different reasons. So in that spirit, I want to hand it back over to our favorite MC, who is going to...
We're gonna talk together. So yeah, can you guys see things around hanging? Like I don't know how many you both rose for this conference. You don't remember?
Over budget.
So yeah, I am actually someone that doesn't really believe in like things like, okay, this is the thing that I, like having meaning on things. But when we're talking about this, keep dreaming and a dream catcher and stuff, getting in my batch back then, keep reaching your dream. Dream felt so far, right? Do you guys feel it? But it's actually inside your heart. It's not that far. And so, for this moment, we're gonna have a little gift for you. A little dream catcher. It's not that big because it's not convenient to bring to home. So you guys can just hold the dream catcher that our team will share to you. And I don't know, might be you feel this cheesy or like, what do I need to do with this dream catcher? But please, whenever you can hang it in front of your door or even like your bag, put it it in your car or something that, you know, like the place that you feel most stressed, you feel most unhopeful. You can just like put it there. This is a reminder. You can actually buy it anywhere in Amazon or stuff. But this one is, I'm so sorry. It should be like a very, you know, like calm down session. But you know, like this dream catcher means something. This is not only like a thing for you to keep, but I hope this reminds you of being a dreamer. Whenever you're still young, or you already like, you know, like talking 10 conference, or you're already reaching 50 years old, you still deserve to dream. You still deserve to have things to want. Many people say like, human never feel enough. That's why we dream, okay? So, I want you guys to hands up the dream catcher. Show me that you already got it. Okay? Is this beautiful? Is this pretty? As pretty as you are. So I want you guys to have some moment. In 1 minute, close your eyes, hold it with your 2 hands, and just dream whatever comes up in your mind about work, about life, even about partner of life. It's not supposed to be something that hard. What do you want in life? What do you want to achieve? I want you guys all to close your eyes so we have a moment to think and to reflect. I'm gonna give you a moment for 3 minutes to have. You can slowly back open your eyes and talk to your friends. Say, I believe in you. Keep dreaming. Hug each other. Say hi. We'll see cool things from you. Okay? Say good things to one another. Say, I'm gonna see you next year in Colorado or like in Malaysia. Say good things to each other. guys closing your eyes, holding it the way you want. Someone reaching for the stars, someone like close to the heart. It's so beautiful to see like we are being vulnerable to each other. We see hope, we see, like love, compassion and everything. So thank you, Jess. Please give applause for Jess for leading the station. Okay, I'm ready for this next session because it's all about good vibes. Okay, this is a good time to kickstart our gratitudes and appreciation to everyone who made this first ever Curl Catch conference possible. On behalf of the organizers, firstly, we want to extend a deep gratitude to our sponsor, Blue Water Heroes, who believe in Rose's dream of uniting women in conservation and making this conference happen with no entry fee. Although they are not present in the event, their support means the world to us. AP, can you please show the slide of the sponsor that we have? This, give applause for our Blue Water Heroes! All the judges, the panelists that might not be able to come, we're still grateful for them. We want to give a big thank you as well to our 14 speakers who flew from different countries to pour their time and mentorship. We have given such insightful thoughts and broadened our understanding of how complex ocean issues are. We are so inspired. Maybe you guys can standing so we can give you more applause and appreciation because thank you, you've been inspiring. It's like half of the conference. Oh my God, guys. Amazing. Cool. You may be seated again. And this is the people that I love so much. A shout out to people behind the screen. The conference organizer and manpower team consisting of foundation staff, Pilamonga staff, and Pilamonga staff who have chased all year round. To the guests, we apologize if we ever made any mistakes or offended you in any way. We're trying our best and actually, as Alejandra would say, you're just a baby. So we sometimes make mistakes because we're trying our best. Okay. This is also the theme that we just captured this moment last night. So, okay, this is beautiful. Woo! Shout out to also Yvonne and Jane that didn't come here because they're working on other organization and a project that we're having. Please also give applause for them because I love them so much. Okay, then to our 28 super women who are gathered here today and 16 others who are with us in spirit. Thank you for showing up. And you might be standing up again, guys. Standing up. Super women, stand up. Super women, stand up. As a role model and lending your voices in both small and big ways, this contact program and of course, the conference would not be possible. Hey girls, we're halfway through and we have so much memories. Let's meet again and open our memory book as time capsule when Curl Catch empowers. How many? 100! Okay, you can sit again. Sit. Okay. And then this is very special, but because we're not gonna be happy if these people are not here as well, they are our voices. So our network of ambassadors. Some of you have flown so far from the other side of the world. We are super grateful for you. Thank you for really extending your time, knowledge, and skills. Maybe ambassador, you can stand also so people know who you are. Because we've been seeing you only on the screen. Now we have to see your faces. The one that supports us through the screen, by telling to the people and the ambassador because you're also part of this amazing team and we're not going to be here if we don't have you as our ambassadors. Okay. Whew. Of course, our Curl Catch education program is not possible without our sponsors from batch 1 all the way to batch 11 and counting. So we're very grateful. Please just give applause to these sponsors that are keep, supporting us and also, amazing. Okay. And last, not to mention our network of partners who supports us with resources, knowledge, and collaboration. Yes, we have so many partners. They have made the Pearl Catch programmer more complete. Okay, so finally, let's change the world. One woman, one island, one river done. The person who came up with the tagline, the crazy idea and the bravery to do it all. Plus with Senga, do you want to stand up here? You have changed so many lives, not just giving us the experience underwater, but being empowered as our best selves and giving us a sisterhood who support, allows us to dream even bigger. It's no small thing and you're such a role model to us. I want it to be here by my side, Rose. Come here.
No, by now, I don't like that
In the middle. Hey, here. So, your beloved girls have some surprises, a little surprise for you. So, I would like kindly invite Sena and Kina if you're here. For you to keep it. I know this flower is gonna be degraded somehow in the next like 3 months, but remember this is a form of love for you because you changed our life. Give a moment for them to cry. Relax. One more applause for them. And yay! Yay! That's me! Woo! Give applause for Rose, practitioner program manager. Amazing. Rose promised us that you're gonna read it one by one. It's like 44 notes. I know you can do it. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Please be seated again. Thank you. With that big flowers.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm being professional, guys. Okay, so as for myself, I feel very grateful and privileged to have been able to MC this powerful event, to witness everyone's enthusiasm. Thank you for keeping the energy alive. And truly, when women support women, we can create real change. But before we really close everything, please stay in your seat because we're gonna watch something special. A sneak peek of the project that we've been working with a fantastic group of videographers. Even they're not here because they're also men, but they're amazing men. They're amazing men. Jory, Jakub, Indi, Ru, Dylan. Please give applause for them. Okay? They speak for 1 week, yeah? Being surrounded by men, led by Ale, a very, tough alpha girl. Like, Jory, you took this girl. Jory, please be nice to the girl. They just listen, when we have power, they listen actually, guys, men listen. So, this video captures what we are, a community of women that support each other, that strength, caring, and we show up for the ocean and for each other. So, let's roll on. to be able to see the full version of it. It's gonna be beautiful. We put our hearts into it, like hearts, and we even cried together during the process. So I really feel bittersweet right now. Are you guys agree? I don't like this feeling. Okay. So please take your time to say goodbye to everyone and keep in touch. But we're still gonna be, remember each other. And we're gonna have a session also in Begarang if you already signed up. Don't forget to write in our member book. It's still opening. Please, if you wanna say something, if you already have written like 5 times and you wanna add like 5 more notes, that's totally okay. Make it full, and we're gonna open it again when we're reaching 100. So take pictures together. We're gonna be still opening the what is it called? Thank you. AV Coral Catch Conference backdrop. Also don't forget, don't this is very important. Don't forget to take pictures of the wall of collaboration, because that's what we also aim to foster collaboration, connections, and support each other organizations. So, and now it's time for me to officially close our day. I would also like to sincerely apologize for any miscommunication or incorrect information during my service over the past 2 days with Wika as well. Come here, Wika. Come here, Wika. So, I am Tanya, and Wika, your mistress of ceremony, signing off now. Coral Catch Conference, reach your You can be business. Hug each other again, guys, so we're not awkward.